Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video, and in today's video we are going to be looking at an election prediction between Kirsten Gillibrand and Donald Trump. Um, I just want to start out by saying this is all just a disclaimer that this is all based on what I know now. We still have, you know, 2 years before primary elections, or maybe 1 to 2 years before primary elections start. And so this is all just based on information I have now. That's just a disclaimer I wanted to say before people go screaming in the comments. So let me get started here. Let's start with the safe states for Gillibrand, which are going to be rather traditional Democratic states. Since she is from the Northeast, I don't want to say this is a reason that she'd win New Hampshire, but since she's from the Northeast and Donald Trump has said a lot of bad stuff about Northeast or about New Hampshire, I'm just going to give that to her. All the way down that way. Since the election of Ralph Northam in Virginia, I'm just going to go ahead and call Virginia a reliably Democratic state. I would say New Mexico's safe. I'd say Colorado is safe. I would give her Minnesota too. Hawaii. And now for the Republican, Donald Trump. Second congressional district toss-up. I'm going to leave Texas blank, and I'll explain why in a little, but I'll come back to that. I'm going to leave Iowa blank for now, too, but I'll come back to that, too. Mississippi. Alabama, I'll be doing a couple videos in the first week of December about the special election there, and I'll be doing live coverage on Election Day in the state of Alabama, so you can watch that. I'm going to give Indiana to the president, South Carolina to the president, Alaska to the president, Utah president. And yeah. So we start off automatically with, a toe up for Gillibrand, 226 to Donald Trump's 125. Still a lot of states out. Still, a lot of areas that could be won. But I just want to say that what Gillibrand is going to have trouble doing is she is going to have trouble reconvincing Clinton voters in this area, and or reconvincing voters in Clinton, or reconvincing voters in that area, and reconvincing voters in this area that the Democrats are the correct choice, and convincing them what they will do for those people. So she's going to have trouble doing that there. Let me erase my screen. And Donald Trump, well, he really isn't going to pick up anywhere else that he didn't pick up in 2016. Like, for example, some people think that Donald Trump could potentially pick up, as well as winning the Rust Belt, picking up a Minnesota, or as well as winning the Southeast, picking up a Nevada, or, a New Hampshire, or something like that. But I just don't buy that. I don't see Donald Trump picking up anything that he didn't pick up in 2016. You had two very unlikable candidates, and when I say that, I mean that, like, two very unlikable candidates. And if Hillary Clinton, one of the most unlikable Democratic candidates in the nation, was to win a state, any Democrat could probably win that state as well. So I'm just going to say I don't think he'll pick up anything he didn't win in 2016, but the Democrats are definitely going to be on the offensive, and it feels weird to say that because the Democrats haven't been on the offensive since 2004, and even in 2000 they really weren't on the offensive. And so what they're really going to have to focus on is flipping the Rust Belt and maybe convincing some voters who is the best candidate in the Southeast. So I just wanted to start in the West here, where we have, Nevada. Nevada, like I said, I don't see Donald Trump picking up anything he didn't win, so I'm gonna say margin stretches out even for Gillibrand in that state. In the state of Georgia, I don't see Donald Trump losing that. Maybe a 2024 flip, but I just don't see Gillibrand picking that up. It'll be close. It'll be very close. Maybe within 3 to 4 points close in the state of Georgia. But I just don't see Gillibrand having the power to flip that state. But with changing demographics, it's certainly possible by 2024. Um, let's go to Iowa. Iowa, I think that this one would go moderately for Donald Trump, and why I say that is just it's just like I said with Virginia, Ralph Northam kind of sealed the deal to make this a reliably Democratic state. And, Iowa is quickly, I guess, becoming a reliably Democratic state. And I don't think the demographics are shifting in favor of the Democrats like they are in the Southeast, and Southwest and such. In the state of North Carolina. Well, let's go to this congressional district up in Maine. I think that would, or not there. We'll go to that one next. In Maine, I think that one would lean to Donald Trump. Well, actually, I'm going to lean this to Gillibrand for the time being, and the reason is because Donald Trump just isn't popular up there at the time. If he happens to be popular by his fourth term and all across the nation, higher approval rating than he has now, then I could see that going moderately or even solidly for Donald Trump. I don't see this congressional district in Nebraska flipping, and it like I said, the demographics just aren't shifting in favor of the Democrats. Like, this used to be a reliably Democratic district, but it has since just kind of become a Republican stronghold, and I'm gonna lean it. I'm gonna give the Democrats the good in this deal, and I'm gonna lean it for the Republicans. But I think that it's reliably Republican at this point in history. To the state of Arizona, demographics just haven't shifted enough yet for the Democrats to win the state of Arizona. But they're going to start winning more statewide elections. Counties are going to start becoming more reliably Democratic. And 2024 is probably going to be the year the Democrats win the state of Arizona. And in the state of Ohio, I'm going to lean that to the Republicans. I just don't see Gillibrand having the strengths, being from New York, to pick up a state like Ohio. New York has a large black population. Upstate New York just doesn't vote for Democrats, so I mean, Gillibrand just isn't appealing to those moderates who are like, I would vote with the Democratic Party if they put forth a good candidate who represents my values. In the state of Michigan, I definitely see that flipping for any candidate for that matter. I don't think Michigan. I don't think the people of Michigan necessarily intended to vote for Donald Trump. I think people who didn't want to vote just assumed Hillary Clinton was going to win, so they didn't go out to vote, and I think that's the reason she lost it. I don't think by any means they intended for this state to go to Donald Trump, and I think that's the same in the state of Pennsylvania. Now, in the state of Michigan, this one's an interesting thing. I think this one has a very conservative, background to it, but I don't think I think it's also very liberal, like a liberal conservative, conservative Democrat. This has more of a Southern Democrat ring, which sounds weird because it's all the way in the north, part of the Democratic Rust Belt, and I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think this would lean to Donald Trump. And instead of North Carolina, same deal. I think this would lean to Donald Trump, or no, I think this would lean to Kristen Gillibrand. I think she would pick this up. Just Donald Trump isn't just isn't popular there. I think Donald Trump would lean Florida. Like again, it's his second home, and the same deal in Texas. It might eventually flip, but I don't see it doing so. Thank you for watching.